very stingy defense into the playoffs and ultimately won the Champions Cup. This year, they have to win tonight to get a chance to defend that championship. We are in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the First Union Center, the home floor of the Philadelphia Wings as they host the Toronto Rock. This is a huge game, everybody. If you're a Philadelphia Wings fan, hi, I'm Lee Pelsmo, joined by ex-captain of the Philadelphia Wings, Scott Gabrielson. Very simply put, Scott, Philadelphia has to win tonight.
Well, it is a must-win for Philadelphia, but it couldn't be in a better environment at home at the First Union Center in front of their faithful fans. So, big one.
Well, the crowd will be here rooting them on. Quinn Kesnick will be with us tonight. He's got some of those fans, and he will tell us a little bit about the playoff picture going into our final night of competition.
Leaf, these diehard Wings fans know how important tonight's game is. Let's hear it, fellas. They're fired up here at the First Union Center. Take a look at the playoff scenarios for the National Lacrosse League. We've got 5 teams who are locked up and in the playoffs. Albany, Toronto, Washington, Rochester, and Vancouver. They're in. The 2 teams on the bubble are Montreal and the Philadelphia Wings. Montreal controls their own destiny. They need to beat Albany to get in. If they do, they are. Philadelphia needs to win tonight. They need Montreal to lose to Albany and Buffalo to beat the Washington Power. Leaf, excellent playoff atmosphere tonight at the First Union Center.
All right, so that will clear up the playoff picture. Basically, Philadelphia has to win to get a chance to be in the playoffs. Let's take a look at the Toronto Rock. This team is loaded with talent. They know how to win championships and big games. And they are led on the offensive end of the floor by Colin Doyle.
Colin Doyle, number 7. This guy is a big, strong offensive player and really has made some spectacular goals for the Toronto Rock this year. He's going to be the player that the Wings need to match up on to slow down. He's been very effective. He's the main guy to get the offense going for the Toronto Rock. Watch out for Colin Doyle.
Well, Colin Doyle and company will put a lot of offense on the defense of the Philadelphia Wings. Philadelphia, though, will rely on some veteran leadership. And at the front of that line is Kevin Finneran.
Kevin Finneran, a 12-year veteran, the Iron Man of the National Lacrosse League, playing in his 136th consecutive game. Kevin Finneran is a left-handed shooter. He's a leader of this team, a motivating factor, and a veteran that has got it done. And he had a nice game last night. It's an emotional game for Kevin Finneran. He needs to lead this team to a victory tonight to stay alive in the playoffs.
All right, well, he'll be joined by Maricek. Millen will not play, but he's got Jake Berkey, a lot of great offense, as Philadelphia plays for their life and their hopeful joining of the playoff race. We'll be back for the opening face-off of tonight's game in just a moment.
If you've been waiting for the
the legendary accuracy of Tom Maricek and John Grant. You can see it all at the Mohegan Sun, the NLL All-Star Game. Check it out.
Number 16, Blaine.
Lights still out as they introduce the visiting Toronto Rock. Lee Felsmo, Scott Gabrielson at the First Union Center in Philadelphia for what is a must-win for the defending champion Philadelphia Wings. Scott, great end to a competitive season, but a lot of pressure on the Wings.
A lot of pressure on the Wings. 2 teams really in opposite ends of the spectrum here. The Toronto Rock having secured themselves a playoff spot. This game, in a sense, is almost meaningless to them. They've got a bye next week in the first round of the playoffs. But Philadelphia must win tonight to stay alive. They're playing in front of their home fans, giving their trademark welcome to the opposing teams, as you can hear behind us. But Philadelphia must win tonight.
Let's take a look as we have a moment of the players of the week in the National Lacrosse League. The offensive player, John Grant, the wizard from Rochester, 6 goals, 5 assists. Also gets a lot of those possessions on loose ball categories. Defensive player of the week, Chris Sanderson from Philadelphia, 28 saves in a huge game. And that was here in this arena before they went to Toronto last night.
Our home and native land, to patriot love in all thy son's command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God give a land glorious and on God for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets raked alive the bolt bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, that 10-game pregame brought to you by Jennifer Stefani, and it's all set for the start of the game as the lights come back on.
Sets up as a Canada-USA matchup as both anthems were sung. Get you fired up, tells you a little bit about what the rivalry is here.
Last year, the Wings, as you look at them huddling up against their defending goal and the team leaders talking to them right now, that's Jake Berge. Last year, these two teams played in the final game of the season, the championship, and Philly won up there. Dallas Elliott will start. We'll talk about that in a moment. But Anthony Cosmo will start instead of Watson. 2-1, you see his record. Average goals against 10.13. Cosmo, a good secondary goalie, coming off the bench for Les Bartley from the Toronto Rock.
Very strong tandem in regards to Toronto. Here's the story right here. Dallas Elliott, the perennial leader of this team and one of the strongest goalies of all time for this league. Dallas Elliott's been out for the past couple games. He left halfway through the Washington game and did not play last night against Toronto. Huge pickup for Philly tonight.
So Elliott will go. We'll talk about his situation. Look at Les Bartley, maybe the best coach in indoor lacrosse, 4th season as head coach for the Rock. And he has won a bunch of championships. Adam Mueller, the first season as head coach for the Philadelphia Wings, and here's a guy with a lot of credentials as a player and now as a coach. Got a little bit of concern on his mind. Defending the championship, not easy. And Mueller comes down to the last game of the season to remind you Philadelphia has to win tonight and also get some help. They need Montreal to lose and Buffalo to beat Washington. But first, they'll have to take care of business against the Toronto Rock. This is the team they played last night up in Toronto and lost by a big, huge, fat number. In the face of Dallas Elliott, and he makes his first save of the game.
You're going in the box. You're in the box. You're in the box.
One of the things that was said last night is to set the tone tonight in this game in a back-to-back matchup. Dave Stilley, as the captain of the Philadelphia Wings, is doing that. He's got to set the tone. That's one thing that's said in the locker room before this game. They got beat up and beat up bad in Toronto. They're playing in Philadelphia in front of their home fans. That captain is showing the desire and motivation that's going on. Here's a big, strong move right there in front of Dallas Elliott. Dave Stilley comes down right on him. Not going to allow anybody getting near Dallas Elliott tonight. Here's another look at it. Big move. I want to say it's Doyle that came through. Stilley doesn't want anybody near his crease. Dallas is banged up, as we mentioned earlier. He's coming back. It's almost a surprise that he's starting tonight in the net, and they're putting their captain in the box, and the power play for Toronto is on the field.
So Toronto gets a first chance. Veltman up top as the quarterback of this 5-on-4 power play. The Toronto Rock. Alan Doyle right there dips inside, and the third save of the game for Dallas Elliott. Huge groin injury last week. Took Dallas out of that game and last night. Watch this follow-up shot. Elliott again with the save. He can bring the crowd to the edge of their seat. He's got them pumped up right now. Scott, I talked to Dallas just about 5 minutes before I came up here. And he said he's on a new experimental drug. It's not even available yet. It's a painkiller, and it's working, and that's the only reason he's on the floor.
Well, it's a guy like Dallas Elliott and that type of intensity. This game means it all for the Wings. They need to win this game to stay alive. If not, they're going home and their summer starts.
Tommy Marichek got a fresh 30 seconds on that pipe shot. As Kevin Finneran, who we talked about and introduced you to at the head of the show, starts on that left-hander side. This is Ratcliffe.
Been talking to Les Bartley, and one of the strategies for the Toronto Rock is to shut down the right-handers for Philadelphia. Ratcliffe, Marichek, and Berge, and let the lefties beat you. Let it be Finneran that's going to take it to the hoop on you and shut down the strong right-handed offense of Philadelphia.
Shot clock violation as they couldn't even get the shot off. Tough defense. You get a chance. You look at Lattisour and the defense of the Rock, of how rock solid they are on defense. The Wings couldn't even get that ball within 5 yards of Cosmo. Again, 5-1-4. That was all man short from the defensive end. Peter Jacobs picks it up. Great All-American years at Johns Hopkins, and they moved the ball up to Tommy Ryan. Dreadlocks. Dave Stille comes out of the box and hammers a player. Stille, literally 5 seconds out of the box, gets another penalty. And here goes a fight on the boards. You talk about enforcing the physical play. Stille set the tone. He came out of the box, and on the way to the substitution box, leveled one of the Toronto players.
Like we said earlier, as this gets ugly right here, Philadelphia's playing for their lives. Toronto gets a bye next week. Toronto's coming into Philadelphia. They're coming into the home turf of Philadelphia. Nobody messes with you at home, as Philadelphia's proven right here.
Both teams going at it. They got hammered yesterday, Philadelphia did, in Toronto. Gotten strictly just beaten up, as the ownership called it. Manhandled, pushed around. And the ownership of this team made that point about 20 minutes ago in the locker room. They said, how's it feel not to lose, but to get pushed around like a bunch of sissies?
Yeah.
This team is not a bunch of sissies. It was an off night, and this team is establishing the physical nature of the game right off the bat. Here's a new acquisition.
Tony Henderson picked up from New Jersey, 6'5", 225. He is an enforcer that Philadelphia just picked up. Philadelphia is not used to this. We're going to have a lot of intensity when you come back.
We'll take a break. Be back in a minute.
For the courageous New England Patriots.
In the penalty box, both for Philadelphia and Toronto, as the Wings have come off the opening face-off and really established a physical nature of the game. We're taking you back to moments ago. This is Colin Doyle, number 7. Going against Tommy Ryan. It gets checked there, and then they hit Ryan, and Ryan will start going after it right there. Now, right before that happened, as Jake Berge comes in, from that penalty box, running right to left, was Stille. Stille was in the box. He ran from that point across the field and cross-checked a Toronto Rock player as he was running up. Just leveled him. There was a penalty on that, and there's a penalty in this scuffle. The referees are trying to figure it out. Henderson's in there. Tommy Ryan's in there. So both penalty boxes have 3 players from each team. And the referee's trying to get it straight right now. It gives us a chance to remind you about the Crowne Plaza, Manhattan. I tell you, they are the official headquarters of the National Lacrosse League. If you're going to stay up in New York, you want to see Manhattan the way it should be seen, stay at the Crowne Plaza, Times Square, right in Manhattan. 1-800-243-New York, New York. The official headquarters, when you're in New York, of the National Lacrosse League VIPs. They love it there, and this is where you've got to stay to see the greatest city in the world.
Lee, if you mentioned something earlier on talking to Philadelphia ownership, it's Russ Klein, it's Mike French. it's guys like that. Philadelphia has a history of winning, okay? And last night in Toronto, they went down 7-0, and both of them felt that the Wings were pushed around and did not play with the character that this organization is all about. So what they are doing here is setting the tone. They have to set the tone. One of the things that Adam Mueller has said is set the tone, and they've done that with now 3 men in the box for each.
The tone is a lot of penalties. We'll take another short break and come back and get to the action. We promise when we return. Tonight's National Lacrosse League Game of the Week is brought to you in part by the Mohegan Sun, a legendary gaming experience and the site of the 2002 All-Star Game next month, April 21st. Get your tickets today. Les Barley talking. Keeney on the left, Ed Como to the right of our screen. And they are really trying to sort out a rough start. Very tough spot. Mueller knew he wanted to come out and establish a tough tempo to this game, but Scott Gabrielson, Les Bartley is in a game that really doesn't matter to his playoff situation. He wants healthy players. This is a tough spot right here.
Yep, no question about it. I mean, Adam Mueller, as you said before, the Wings are playing for the playoff lives, where Toronto has really nothing to gain here. They're already secured a bye and home field advantage in the playoffs. So Les Bartley starting at Derek Keenan there. He's got Ian Rubel in the box. He's got Dan Latishore. He's got Drew Candy in the box taking penalties. And then Philadelphia has Tony Henderson, Tom Ryan, and Keith Cromwell.
Take a look at the standings real quick before we start the action again. After that huge melee, we'll count the players in the penalty box, but this is the way it looks right now. This is Central Division now, league standings. Albany, Rochester, Montreal, Buffalo, all those teams were eligible and competing for a playoff spot. This is the most competitive division. Albany and Rochester still alive and fighting for that win. Rochester won yesterday, but Albany plays. And if they beat Montreal, they'll end up in front as they were, as you saw that Washington already locked up the Eastern. And Philadelphia, you saw in second place, still mathematically alive, and that's why the intensity is here tonight as we get set finally to restart. 5-1-4 on the field, I believe that's the way it was. We ended. Stilley actually came out, and then he got a penalty again. That's Veltman up top. Gives it the right-hand shooter, and it goes wide. Saved again by Elliott. He's been very active. Elliott has been forced to make saves. Blaine Manning with that shot. They've been a man short, Philadelphia has, the whole 3.5 minutes of this game.
Well, this is where it gets interesting now. As both teams have really their blood flowing, literally and figuratively, now everybody's watching their back. They got their heads up.
Finally, Toronto finally, after all that pushing and shoving and leaving Dallas Elliott a man short on his defensive end, he finally gets beaten, and it looks like they'll take a one by Stroop, who makes the first goal. 1-0 because of Stroop's goal.
Dan Stroop, power play for Toronto. They move the ball. They find the open man. Here's Stroop down low. Steps through 2 defenders. Nice way to walk through the defense. Defense is sliding. Here comes Martin and Slate. Nice presence of mind by Stroop to come up around it and shoot and hit the net in the back. Dan Stroop, that's his 35th goal in the season. He's having a hell of a season this year for Toronto. He's one of those guys who's been producing for the Toronto Rock and will lead them far, probably, into the playoffs.
Peter Jacobs for Philadelphia. Job Jakes has been doing on the faceoffs. So this team needs to play even up a little bit. They've only had one offensive set. In my recollection, it's been a lot of extra man, a lot of power plays for the Toronto Rock. Jeff Ratcliffe comes riding in, backing in with the big size and power. Ratcliffe pushing his way back to the final board. 10 seconds left. They can't get a shot off. Maricek chases it to the back side of the net. Maricek wheels in front. Shot clock winding down to 4. He's got to let it go. And checked by the defense. It'll be a play on as there's a delayed call against the Toronto Rock. So after killing the penalty, Philadelphia, and then getting scored on, they will now get their first look at a man advantage. It'll be Philly 5 against the 4 of Toronto.
Well, one of the unwritten rules in this games are paybacks, and if a guy gets you one shift, and I think after that fight, people are a little bit upset, let's call it, people are going to get you back. And right there, Toronto takes a dumb penalty on a payback and gets Philadelphia in the power play.
Air check up top. Slide somebody right in the middle of that, and it goes off left-handed side. Looks like Cromwell put that baby in. It was a trickle shot off of the foot.
Keith Cromwell.
Cosmo.
Yep, as we mentioned earlier, big scratch for the night is Mark Millen. Mark Millen twisted his ankle badly in last night's game at Toronto. Keith Cromwell is filling in for him, and here he gets on the board right away. Big lefty shooter. Cromwell sets up, beats him 5-hole, puts some spin on it, and trickles in. All over, Cosmo's on it. Keith Cromwell, a rookie for the Philadelphia Wings. That's his 8th goal for the season. Pretty fired up. Nice offensive addition for Philadelphia.
Dallas Elliott in the goal. As you look at Cromwell in the goal, Dallas Elliott is getting some tape applied to his protection. That's what's holding us up at the moment. Cosmo going back to the net. Maybe one of the slick swingy helmets in the National Lacrosse League.
Nice tandem between Bob Watson and Cosmo there for Toronto. They've got two solid defenders in the net. As you look at, in my opinion, the best goalie of all time in Dallas Elliott, past tense and present tense, as he's sucking it up right now between the pipes to play tonight when his team needs this win to stay in the playoffs. And I think it means a lot. It means a lot to every player that's sitting on that bench in front of Dallas Elliott that number 35 is in the nets. I know when I played in front of him, it meant everything to have Dallas in there. And right now, with him back in the net with the playoffs on the line, Philly's got to be fired up.
I want to remind you that you can get an inside look at all the great stuff that's going on in the National Lacrosse League, stuff that nobody else knows about for only $19.95 a year. You can be an NLL insider. To join, just go to the website, nationallacrosse.com. Be an NLL insider. Everything you want to know about the great players, venues, the stars, the All-Star game, all the inside stuff of indoor lacrosse. Dave Stilley now brings the ball up, number 77, the captain, the enforcer. Radcliffe pushes off the defense of Stevie Toll. Double team there as Rubel comes in to help, and they almost get one inside. Marichek into the crease, and the ball will go to the Rock.
One thing Toronto does very well is forecheck. They put pressure on the ball when it's unexpected. And that's one of the things that they catch Philadelphia off guard when they rush the ball when it's in their defensive end.
Colin Doyle, the offensive wizard for Les Bartley's team. And Doyle puts a shot on Dallas Elliott, and it goes right wide of the net. Crease violation actually went into the goal, but a crease violation takes it back out. Whoa, close one there as Dallas got a piece of it, but Scotty could not get possession. That's always dangerous.
Nice save by Elliott to get the ball. Here, see Jim Veltman behind Kevin Finner in there. Again, we're talking about that forechecking. They all apply pressure all over the field that creates fits for teams. And that's why their defense has been so good and effective this year.
Marichek. Shot down low and good pressure put on. Again, Cromwell this time taking that left-handed shot.
No card two.
Game is tied at 1.
Let's just let him out of the box.
That crease around the goal is no man's land unless you're a goalie.
Let's see how it's set up here. Here's the look at it from outside. Big save here by Doyle out. Elliott trying to come in. I think Stroop trying to one-hand it there in the crease.
Well, meanwhile, Manning comes down and gets a goal. Great job of pushing in right into the face of Dallas Elliott, and that makes it 2-1 in favor of the Rock.
Wayne Manning, a rookie, and probably the rookie of the year for the league. Nonetheless, the Toronto Rock comes in uncontested right down the center, right down the pipes, and jams it in on Dallas Elliott. Big breakdown for the Philadelphia defense, and Wayne Manning comes in really uncontested, smokes the Philadelphia defender, and jams it in on Dallas Elliott. Not much you can do on that. Wayne Manning's 21st goal of the season.
Marichek tries to work the pick and roll with Radcliffe. He gets hammered against the boards.
Crease ball, let's go.
And here comes the Toronto Rock. Glenn Clark will bring the ball up. Exchange offensive players. Give it to Colin Doyle, who normally starts the offense. ago. Got the magic stick, and now he's got a little bit of size and bulk, some muscle, to allow him to do a power move that you just saw.
On the arms, man.
Working hard against the defense of Bresci. Whoa, rocket shot, and saved by Dallas Elliott. Elliott very active in the first quarter, many more saves than the other end of the field. Shots on goal, 10 for the Rock against only 2 for the Wing at this point in the game.
Hey, guys, to your benches. Hey, to your benches.
Looks like it's turning into a wrestling match here. It's Rich Bresci there for the Philadelphia Wings against Steve Toll for the Rock. Bresci, a rookie for Philadelphia, actually a second-year player, his first starting role this season. One of the real highlights of the Philadelphia Wings this season is Rich Bresci out of Rutgers University. A big, strong kid. He's the future of the Wings, and probably what the coaches think is their top defender for Philadelphia.
The crowd loves the effort. Stevie Toll, the guy he was taking down, is a world leader. See him. Plays for the Canadian national team. He also played professional hockey before he slid over here to be a professional lacrosse player. Loves both sports. See our man Quinn Kesnick down there on the bench.
Great athlete, and Steve Toll, the fastest guy in the league. Man, he's got some jets, and we'll probably see that a little bit later. Adam Mueller's got to be pleased with the way his team is following his game plan with setting the intensity. Dan Lattisaur, the big 6'5", 240-pounder for Toronto. That guy is an enforcer. He normally wears the other team's jersey almost. He's so much on the right-hand shooter of the opposing team. He's a big guy. He's a mean guy. And that's probably why he's been on the bench for so long.
Well, Quinn Kesnick's on that Toronto bench. Quinn, what are you feeling down there? This team's getting pushed around a little bit.
Well, I don't know about that, Leaf. You'd never sense it down here that this was a quote-unquote meaningless game for the Toronto Rock. One thing is for sure, I believe Steve Toll instigated 2 minutes, but I think he may be gone for the game. Yes, he is. Steve Toll is gone for the game. So that's a huge blow to Toronto's forechecking and their transition offense. So Steve Toll gone. You look down this bench, there's some guys here who've going to have to pick it up and challenge this emotional effort that we're seeing from Philadelphia.
You see that Jimmy Veltman talking to the referee along with Clark. Veltman, storybook career he has as a defensive player, a loose ball. He gets more ground balls with the long arms of Jimmy Veltman than anybody in the league. He's the franchise player on that squad.
Well, let's remember here, the Philadelphia Wings are the defending champ of the National Lacrosse League. Toronto Rock runs seeded last year after winning 2 back-to-back. Les Bartley and his team right here almost won 3 consecutive championships, which is almost unheard of in this league. He's not happy. He wants to get back to the championship game. He thought he might have a night off, but Philadelphia, they got their backs against the wall. They're a caged animal. If they're going to go down, they're going down swinging.
Chris Flynn to the right. Mueller, the coach, but Flynn was a great player here at Penn before he was a Wing. A crowd favorite, now an assistant coach. Wings locking and loading, but the defense takes the ball away from Cosmo.
And again, another thing about Chris Flynn, who's a teammate of mine. Chris Flynn could fire up the best of them. He wasn't happy the way the Wings got smoked last night. He's got these guys fired up, and they're sticking to the game plan that this coaching staff has laid out for them.
They are the defending champions. They are the current champions, the Philadelphia Wings, and the most storied and successful franchise in indoor lacrosse history. 6 times they've been champions. Colin Doyle waits for help. Tries to feed it in close, and he does. Miles, good defense. The Wings get it back to Dallas Elliott. Elliott pushing it upfield. Tommy Slate gets it to the fresh offensive stars. Tommy Marichuk up top now as they get the 5-on-4. Power play continues. Marichuk up top, back to the right-hand shot of Radcliffe. Cosmo just brushes it aside. The Rocks still lead 2-1. We're about 7.5 minutes, or 8.5 minutes into the first quarter, into the game. And it's taken about a half hour. It's been a lot of penalties, a lot of hitting, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving. Cosmo coming out of the nets.
Dallas, you stay in that crease.
Toronto's been comfortable with Cosmo in front of him as Toronto.
Next time I catch you out, Dallas, I'm going to visit you.
Now you hear the referee warning against Dallas Alley. He gets to stay in the crease. Stroop, Toronto. After all that fighting and Stevie Toll getting thrown out of the game, the Rock still lead 2-1.
On the arms, guys. Reset.
Shot gets through to Dallas Elliott. Jacobs in company. Push it down. Here comes Stille. Wide open. The defense slides off and cuts off his play.
Smart play by Stille. He's not an offensive threat, so he pulls it out, gets the ball to Ratcliffe. Now you got Marichek and Ratcliffe here. Ratcliffe has the ball and a hit ball trick. Almost had the goal. Trying to give Toronto some of their own medicine. They're great at the hidden ball trick, and Philadelphia almost scored that.
What a great shot. Top side, Kevin Finneran. That was beautiful location. He has got a signature underhand shot, and Finneran ties the game at 2.
Great goal by Kevin Finneran. Talk about an ageist wonder. Philadelphia's got theirs at Kevin Finneran, 37 years old. Great season he's having for what he's done so far under pressure. Big lefty shot, beats Cosmo to that right-hand pipe. Huge goal for Kevin Finneran, tying this ball game up at 2. Well done for Finn, scoring his 38th goal of the season. He's got 77 points, 78 points now, and just a great story for Kevin Finneran.
The face-off goes the Wings' way. Pete Jacobs doing a fantastic job in the face-off circle. Radcliffe and company.
On the arms.
Radcliffe draws a crowd. Back to Tommy Marichek.
On the arms, guys.
Marichek rolling down. He's on his back as he takes that shot. Radcliffe enforcing on the backside.
He's going. Let's go, Dan. You're in the box. Tripping, Henny, okay?
Dan Ladouceur.
Get away.
Ladouceur gets marched to the penalty box, and I guess that'll give the Wings another man-up advantage.
Ladouceur spent a lot of time in that penalty box so far in this first quarter.
They called it a trip, and see how it started. Right there, he gets beaten and trips the guy from behind as the Marichek just beats him to the left side.
Yep, as we say, Ladouceur normally matches up on the top offensive player. Takes Marichek down and then gives Radcliffe a big elbow to keep him, get some fisticuffs going there also. Ladouceur, big presence on defense, but Marichek a little too quick for him. Had to throw at that leg, tripped him to the box for 2 minutes.
Finneran was tied up. He tried to get it to Marichek and just barely did. Tom had to push it back to the middle of the field. The Rock gets it cleanly, but without numbers. Clark backs off and just tries to kill the 30 seconds of the penalty. And Squire tries to get a little advantage. Can't. Watch that one. Stroop came in and almost had an open shot. Elects to take another 10 seconds off the penalty kill.
This is actually an opportunity for Toronto where they're very dangerous even in a man-down situation. They've got great dodgers. They like to take it right to the goal even when they're a man down.
Radcliffe now resets. Still a 5-on-4, one-man advantage as Marichek. Heavy left side, Tommy Ryan. Marichek rolls back to the right as Tom Ryan goes up top. Ryan takes the left-handed shot. Marichek slid over to the right-handed shooter side. And the guy we haven't seen at all is Jake Berge. We talked about him being out tonight. We'll get back to that in a minute. Radcliffe, though, takes it inside. Radcliffe's been fighting for position. They called a crease violation. Or is that a good one?
Let's go.
I don't know. They're putting him in the penalty box.
Come on.
No goal, and then he said something to the ref and immediately got thrown into the box.
The goal is washed out. Get in the box or I'll dime you. The goal is washed out because there's interference by the Philly player in the crease. He sits a minor, and you call it as interference in the crease.
Well, there you go. That's right from the referee's mouth. Interference in the crease. That was a tough penalty because there was a goal involved. So the goal comes out. And Radcliffe goes to the box.
Let's take a look at it. Ratcliffe's not happy. He thinks it's a legitimate goal. He sets up. This is one of his trademark goals where he likes to come down on the right-hand side. Here's a nice angle right here. Gets a pass to Marichek, sets up, toes right on the crease, leaps in, makes contact with Cosmo. That's the call by the ref, which disallows the goal. Questionable there, very questionable. One of the things Philly's done here is they really changed up the personnel in regards to the power play. With Millen out, they've got Ryan Trainer in there, they've got Tom Ryan in there, Keith Bromwell. They're trying to mix it up, trying to find the right team in tandem to go to the goal.
So the Wings reload. Just killing the time. Tony Henderson dumps it into the corner. And 3 minutes left as Radcliffe still complaining. Game tied at 2. Philadelphia on the edge of their seats as the Wings fight for their playoff life.
Excuse me, ma'am. You can't be up there. Can you come down, please?
The new Mohegan Sun. Come play.
Mother always cries at the wedding. Especially when it puts $10,000 on the credit cards.
How are we paying for this?
Check the freezer.
What if getting money from your home equity was this painless? Well, thanks to Ditech.com, it may be. Just call 1-800-71-FIXED or apply online now to refinance at a low rate to cash out some equity. We'll arrange an appraiser, notary, and even deliver to your door. Ditech.com, your mortgage solution delivered.
We get it first. We get it right. Smart. And more often, we're the only ones who get it. Every day, every night, everywhere, you can depend on CNN to see what happens next.
We're back in Philadelphia. Colin Doyle celebrating as we were away. The referees were nice enough to start the game, and Colin Doyle got a goal, making it 3-2. So that's where they stand. The Rock has never been behind this game, Scott Gabrielson. It started 1-0. Every time it's been tied up, Cromwell tied it for the Wings, and Manning for the Rock, and tied up by Finneran. Now Colin Doyle makes it 3-2. Marichek off the pipe, bounces it off the iron. Great move by him.
Let's go.
Nice pickup there by Glenn Clark to push it down the floor for Toronto. Philly gets called for a hold, and it's going back to the 5-on-5 unit at Toronto.
Big defensive push as the Rocks. Ken Millen went in there to try to make the fourth goal. Dallas Elliott began a lot of pressure. The follow-up shot there. He's in the crease with Tom Ryan on him. Man, are they getting shots in the face of Elliott? Fast break. Roll move by Ratcliffe. He's hammered by the defense. Goes into the crease.
Let's go. Hey, hey.
Lattisaur tries to link up with him.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Again, Lattisaur's there, enforcer, trying to get in Jeff Ratcliffe's head to take one of their offensive weapons out of the game.
Colin Doyle initiates the offense, gets cross-checked in the head. Moving pick, gives the ball back to the Wings.
Let's go. Hey, let's go.
Colin Doyle gets sent to the box. I'll tell you what, when you run, the most dangerous spot on the field might be when you run to your own penalty box, because the teams have to kind of cross paths. This is the offensive push by Colin Doyle. They call a moving pick there, so that play stops, okay? Then a shot by Stilley, who has been just hammering people, and then the retaliation by Kim Squire. Doyle comes back and hits Barrett a little bit. I tell you, Doyle got the short end of that one. Gets hammered. And then sent to the penalty box for a little bit of a backslap. Maricek up top. Oh, the ball comes out of third stick. Cromwell tries to get possession. He does. Great check by Cromwell. Pushes in. One-on-one. Back door. Maricek's back rope.
Great look by Cromwell. Great finish by Tom Maricek. Hustle created that play. Toronto had the ball, was trying to clear it and push it up the floor. Keith Cromwell with a great individual effort to pick up the ground ball, gets it up along the boards, comes down, finds you-know-who at the right-hand corner, Tom Maricek for a quick stick goal. Sets up very well. Here's another look at it. Cromwell with a little flip. Cosmo can't even get there. Maricek towing the line. Beautiful for Tom Hollywood Maricek.
Well, we have no two-goal scorers. 6 goals scored in the game, 3-3. Offense being spread around as you look at Tom Maricek, the All-American out of Syracuse. Plays the Canadian national team.
He's the point leader for Philadelphia. That's his 91st point of the season. I mean, that's what they expect out of Tom Maricek. It's his 41st goal. Here's a guy that just year in and year out puts up big numbers, and this year's no exception.
Part of the gold rush that came out of Victoria, British Columbia with the Gate brothers. He played with Paul and Gary Gate. Came about 2 years after they were already at Syracuse. Look it up top. Watch Squire. He gets the check by Spanos. Just takes the ball out of harm's way for Dallas Elliott. But Toronto, so big and strong, come up with a big possession. Well, they get a shot clock violation.
Great defense by Philadelphia. Moral victory right there to hold Toronto to a 30-second expiration. Tom Ryan, great defense for Philadelphia. Philadelphia's playing very strong on defense and smart. The Toronto offense is so effective in the way they move the ball around that it's a moral victory when you can hold them for a 30-second shot expiration.
Well, the first quarter ends with a 3-3 score, and I'll tell you what, that was the longest, most physical, most brutal, most hard-fought quarter I think I've ever seen in the 15 years of indoor lacrosse. Maricek sucking up water. He's ready for quarter number 2, and so are we. Come back for more great action in the National Lacrosse League Game of the Week.
From coast to coast, there's a new way to keep up with breaking news. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. CNN Headline News on XM Satellite Radio. With CNN Headline News plus 99 other channels of news, sports, and music, your commute will never sound the same again. Beyond AM.
That puts a lot of pressure on Radcliffe alone to be the lumberjack for the nifty moves of Tom Maricek.
Absolutely. Big loss for Philadelphia. Jake Berge last night ran the show for Philadelphia, had 4 goals and 2 assists. So Philadelphia loses 6 points and really one of their star players because of an ejection early on in the game. 30.
Shot clock violation as Radcliffe was rolling himself into position against Cosmo. We're in the second quarter of this must-win game for the Philadelphia Wings, the defending National Lacrosse League champions. And there goes Squire on the far side. They maintain possession. How many times you've seen Toronto stick it back out and get another shot?
They get a lot of second and third chances with their motion offense. They've got a very threatening offense. They move the ball around. Nice shot there by Doyle. Big save by Dallas Elliott.
Tommy Slade comes down, waits for the fresh legs of the offense to come in. And Maricek right there. Sights the target behind the back. What an incredible shot by Maricek. It was a 360 behind the back, folks. Not the 180. It was a 360. A right-hander from the right-hander side all the way around his body. And he had very little target, but he hit it.
Oh, wow. Tom Maricek. Look at this. Here he is coming down right-hand side. Takes it down, dips it under all the way around the back. hits off the hip of Cosmo and in. Here's another great angle. Wraps it all the way around the shoulder. No angle. Look at him. He's goal line extended. Wraps it around for a highlight goal. Tom Marechek. Beautiful. The Wings take their first lead, 4-3, on a beautiful goal by Tom Marechek. Wow.
He's the guy that's going to have to do it with Berge out. A little more pressure on the marksman, the sniper, Tom Marechek. He's got all the arsenal of shots working from that right-hander side. Cromwell, big goal early for the young kid. He's charged up because of that one. And another shot thrown by Henderson, the new acquisition. They get a fresh 30-second shot clock, but it's Cosmo to the defense of the Rock. Manning picks it up. And here comes Toronto. Ryan Manning, give and go to Colin Doyle, and Dallas Elliott gets his elbow on a tremendous save for Dallas. Doyle again, wide open, nobody on him, and he just sticks the corner. Elliott made the initial save. Doyle stayed in front of the goal, and again, second shots. The Rock is getting themselves into position for second and third shots. It pays off huge.
And you got to play selfish D. One of the things you cannot do is let Jim Veltman get the ball. He picks up a ground ball along the boards, which he does so well and is his trademark. But then you don't leave the leading scorer for the Toronto Rock in front of the net. Colin Doyle sets up Dallas Elliott, buries it in the back of the net. Nice goal, his second of the game. And we're tied up again, 4-4.
Game has been tied in every numerical advantage. It's been tied at 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tom Ryan getting hammered by the defense of the Toronto Rock.
Nice defense by Toronto. Jim Veltman adds so much to this Toronto Rock team. It's amazing. One of the things that, if I was going to say is a key, is follow Veltman. Wherever he is, the ball is, and if you can beat him to the ground ball, you have a better shot. It's slowing things down. He's the field general. He picks up ground balls. He gets his assists, as he just did to Doyle. He's really fun to watch.
The all-time leader in ground balls, getting those possessions, extra possessions for his team. He really has set the standard for the National Lacrosse League.
He's a 5-time world champion. He's got 3 rings with the Buffalo Bandits. He's got 2 with the Toronto Rock, and he wants another one. He wants to be the most highly decorated player in indoor lacrosse history, and if the Toronto Rock can get back to the championship game and win it, he'll do just that.
Shot bounces off the defense of Spanos. They're giving it back to Toronto because that one came off his head. Jeff Spano sent it into the crowd. Good defense there, but the Rock get it back. Ball loose again. Toronto picks it up. Those possessions really add up. Far side for Manning. And a player for Toronto scoops it up again. Time and time again, Scott, they're getting second, third, fourth shots, and it's taking a toll on Dallas Elliott.
Yes, it is. They're there every time for that rebound. What Philly needs to do with their defense is box out. When that shot is taken, the defensive needs to turn around and lock on his man and get him out. Here's another look at it. Big save by Elliott to start. All right, that was the closer, actually, but he picked up the rebound off of Elliott and makes a save. Here it is. Saves in the air. Wide open. Nobody on the Toronto Rock players. He comes in, puts it in right on top of Dallas Elliott. Those are the kind of goals that really hurt you there. Big save by Elliott, but it's a second chance that they couldn't stop. Toronto capitalized.
Philly comes right back and ties it up. It's a 5-5 game. Wasting no time. Ryan and company.
Tom Ryan, they're looking for somebody else to make up for the loss of Jake Berge. Right off a great pick, Ryan comes through. He picks up his own shot on a rebound in a second effort and puts it home. Here's another look at it. Cosmo makes the save. Ryan picks it up, jams it home, and then he dives in the net afterwards. Well done, Tom Ryan.
Manning fast break, goes to the far corner, and Elliott puts his hand up to make the save. Good look at Tommy Ryan on the sideline. Bush gives the ball back to the Toronto Rock. Scott Scott, you talked about it a little bit, but last year in the championship game, Philadelphia went up to Toronto in front of 19,000 plus record crowd and took the Champions Cup away from them. Shot by Struth. Elliott again bounced it out, and there you go. Once you get possession off the first save, you're in good shape. Philadelphia learning the lesson the hard way. Game tied at 5, 10:30 left, second quarter action. National Lacrosse League game of the week. Lee Felsman, Scott Gavers, Quick Kesnick down along the sideline to get us inside the game. Each team playing without one of their stars. Stevie Toll for the Rocks has been thrown out. Jake Berge has been thrown out. Jim Belton without the helmet getting hammered.
Toronto, I mean, there's the legendary Jim Veltman, just a great player, leader for the Toronto Rock, trying to get him back to the championship. He's a guy you have to mark all the time. Can't let him loose. Get on his hands, chop him at all times because he's deadly away from the ball and with the ball. Don't let him feed.
Toronto gets the ball back. That tie score, they put more pressure, and that one goes inside Dallas Elliott. Elliott, with the intense pressure, guessed right a little bit, and that ball came inside his left shoulder. 6-5 the score. Toronto leads by 1. We've got 9:50 left in the first half.
Our boats let us spend time together doing something we enjoy, and West Marine is America's favorite boating supply source. Interlux CSC Plus with BioGuard Slime Blocker will keep your boat's bottom clean and growth-free. And count on West Marine anchors for reliable holding power when you want to stay put. West Marine, we make boating more fun.
How would you like to be part of this year's NLL Championship game? You can by competing in this year's Scoop and Shoot contest.
It's easy. You just scoop.
And shoot.
For boys and girls. 86-14.
Every entrant gets an official t-shirt, a game ticket, and an official ball.
For dates and more details, look on the official website or call the league office.
It's awesome.
Look, make a wish.
I wish tonight would never end.
Me too.
Hi there. Can you folks get up now, please? Thank you.
The new Mohegan Sun. Come play.
Back in Philadelphia, Les Bartley wearing some rings from the championships at Buffalo and from Toronto. And there is Adam Mueller, the new coach, the first-year coach of the defending champion Philadelphia Wings. Our National Lacrosse League game of the week from the First Union Center. This one's got the Rock ahead 6-5.
We really have two of the elite teams in this league. Philadelphia is a team that's been banged up this year, lost a bunch of guys to injury. Tom Fair was lost with an ACL injury, lost guys to the expansion draft, and they're clinging on for their life. Toronto, on the other hand, had won 2 back-to-back championships in '99 and 2000. They are a tough team. I think they're going to go far. Personally, I think these are the guys to beat for the championship. They play so smooth. They've got such a strong defense. They've got 2 guys that can beat you or can help you on the defensive end and their goaltenders. And they're just a rock-solid squad.
Well, 2 teams we disagree with you, and those are the Rochester Nighthawks and the Albany Attack, both with exceptional records. Now, Albany didn't play Toronto this year, I don't think, but Rochester did. And those 2 teams have 13 wins, which is huge, and a few more than Toronto. But I agree with you, this team knows how to win the championship month. And we'll see how they fare starting next week. Colin Doyle tries to get past the defensive checks in Philly, but can't do it. And the Wings are off and running on the offense. They're down by 1.
Stay cool, stay cool.
Tommy Slate.
On the arm! On the arm!
Air check. setting the pick. They tried to pick and roll with him. Henderson picks it up. Looks for an open wide of that corner. Marechek tried to get the corner, saw the defensive player. Smart move by Tom Marechek as the shot clock goes beyond the 30-second limit.
Philadelphia's trying to work that right-hand side with Marechek and Ratcliffe, but Toronto is all over trying to shut it down. Forcing the lefties for Philadelphia, which really is a change of personnel. Tony Henderson, the new pickups, trying to pick up some of that slack, but they're having some difficulty getting to the net.
Stroop in front goes wide with his shot. The sidearm shot took it to the left. Manning. Good night so far. Squire can't get it off cleanly. Millen. Stilly over in the danger area, getting checked by the defense, off and running. Stilly's got a chasing player. Stilly tries to finish it himself, and Ratcliffe can't pick up the rebound. Stilly was off in front. Push call against Toronto. The ball goes back to Philadelphia. Well, Stilly's a great defensive player, and he had the heads up. Nobody in front of him. He would like to have passed it to somebody.
Sportsman.
He wanted to come down and finish. It'll be a penalty on the Rock.
Away from the ball. Tom Ryan had the ball. Rock player jacked him from behind, and he's going to the penalty box for 2 minutes. Again, the referees are going to call this tight. Let's take another look at it. Still, he's looking for somebody. Picks him up late, tries to beat that far right-hand corner. Can't get there, gets the push. As you see, Stilly going down. That's why Philadelphia's going to regain possession.
Well, Philadelphia down by 1 with a great chance to get the equalizer right here. Finneran up top in this set with Marechek for the right-handed shooter side. Finneran wide, and this one will go now back to Toronto as nobody touched it. He was about a foot wide of the shot as Philadelphia shows a new set with Finneran up top, a little bit of a different wrinkle. And Marechek was for the right-handed shooter side. Normally you might see Berge in that spot, but Berge is out of the game along with Stevie Toll for Toronto. So, you know, when a guy like Berge comes out of the game, not only do you lose your 5-on-5 rhythm, but you lose a key guy on your power play.
Yep, and Millen's out. He's a scratch with a bad ankle.
Another power play.
And you got Keith Cromwell and Tony Henderson on that left-hand side. They're playing with a banged-up power play, trying to get used to each other.
Stroop. No pick and roll. That was an odd set. Of course, he's just killing time, and that's why he's over there by himself. Boy, Dan Stroop doing it all by himself. And a push call gives him another 30 seconds to kill. Great job by Dan Stroop. Doing a solo penalty killing number.
Stroop is a very effective dodger, and Toronto doesn't look at this really as penalty killing. They look at it as opportunity. Peter Jacobs did what he's supposed to do as the backer in that defense, intercepting the pass and giving the possession back to Philadelphia.
And the rangy Jakes just gobbled that ball up. Played at Hopkins, who went down to defeat today to University of Virginia in NCAA lacrosse. Finneran up top. This one's on target, but Cosmo just easily makes the save. Still 6'5", the Rock in front, wearing the blue uniforms with 5:40 left, first half action. Alan Doyle gets hammered into the boards. Andrew Martin playing tough defense with a 15. Veltman stays way up high there, keeping the ball moving, but he's the first guy you want back in that man-down unit. Stroop with a rocket, killing the penalty, yes, but also putting some pressure on Dallas Elliott, because you look at Elliott. Painful injury to the groin area. Happened right here a week ago. It's the first action he has seen since. He's under some heavy pain-killing sedation. Finneran again with the underhand shot. Cosmo has it measured pretty well.
There's Jim Veltman again getting that ground ball along the boards, flipping it up to Rubel. Toronto's going to set up back into their offense and go right to the goal.
Manning. Wide. Martin gives it right back to Dallas Elliott.
Nice save by Dallas. Nice compliment to Andrew Martin is the fact that he plays very similar to Jim Veltman. Number 15 for the Philadelphia Wings, put that ground ball. Martin's got those signature black high socks pulled up. He's a very crafty player and a great ground ball man.
Seems his even strength, making it hard for Tom Marechek to get an open shot. Takes one there, hits his own man, Tom Ryan. Ryan kicks it loose, but here comes the Rock. Ball will be pushed around and given to Philadelphia. So Philadelphia go get the ball back. We'll take a short break and come back for the final 4 minutes of the first half. The Rock have led pretty much in this first half. Look at the big hits going. Referee goes down that time, but the Rock still lead by 1.
Congratulations to the Lucky. From coast to coast, there's a new way to keep up with breaking news. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. CNN Headline News on XM Satellite Radio. With CNN Headline News plus 99 other channels of news, sports, and music, your commute will never sound the same again. Beyond AM, beyond FM, XM Satellite Radio. Starting as low as $300 at an electronics store near you.
For the courageous New England Patriots, the forecast turned out super.
30, 25, 50.
Share the thrills with Sports Illustrated and the great new NFL Films video, The New England Patriots Super Bowl 36 Champions, on your choice of either VHS or DVD. Plus, this hardbound Sports Illustrated commemorative. This individually numbered classic captures the Patriots in championship style. Both are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Call now for an inside look at the miraculous season of the New England Patriots, free with your paid order of 55 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.59 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. This Super Bowl football, designed exclusively for Sports Illustrated, is also free when you use your credit card. It's a super collectible you can't get anywhere else. Call now and get all three free with your choice of either VHS or DVD. This is where the action is. Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
We're back to Philadelphia. The Rock leads 6-5, and we are late in the second quarter, getting close to that halftime mark. Anybody can win this one. Philadelphia has to win it. We'll see how that develops. Hey, here's a great opportunity for you at home to get mini sticks. Great for your kids to use at the beach. Anybody, all ages. 2 25-inch lacrosse sticks with a foam ball, $30 only at www.coopersburgsports.com. That's an easy one, coopersburgsports.com, for these unique sticks with all the logos of your favorite NLL teams on them, and you can use those sticks anywhere for great fun, indoors or out. Back to the live action. Finneran working on the left-hander side with Tommy Ryan. This team, without some of their firepower, Berge and Millen gone. Finneran goes behind the back one of the few times in his career. He doesn't do that very often. Not very tricky, very sound fundamentally, and an exceptional contributor to this team over the years. The Rock, only been behind one time, Philadelphia has been, or Toronto, I should say. They led 1-0, they led 2-1, they led 3-2. Philly got ahead 4-3, but then they tied it up with Colin Doyle, and then went ahead 5-4 and hit 6-5. So it's been a dogfight, and I mean literally, for both teams.
Toronto really spreading out the defense of Philadelphia. Each player for Toronto is almost touching the boards when that's set up, trying to create some mismatches, some one-on-one opportunities. But, hey, great effort by Philadelphia to shut them down, to expire that 30-second shot clock. Take a look at Peter Jacobs, 6'5". He always marks on the top guy. He's the Dan Lattisaur of Philadelphia. He might not be as big or as aggressive, but Peter Jacobs can really do the job on defense as he's been shutting down Colin Doyle so far in this game.
Cromwell trying to get an opening. Give and go doesn't work. A power move didn't work initially. The Magic Man, Tommy Marechek. Whoa, it comes in the right-hand shot. Cosmo goes to his knees to make the save. So tough to read Tom Marechek when he gets a shot off. I don't know whether it's coming in front, behind, low, high.
That's what makes him so deadly. You'd never know where the shot's going to come from. Between his legs, behind his back, under his arms, you name it. He's a highlight film, that's for sure.
The only 2-goal scorer for Philadelphia so far is Tommy Marechek. Without his partner on the right side, Jake Berge. Dallas Elliott comes out to corral the ball. Watch out! Forechecking you talked about really paying dividends. Ryan Barrett. Let's go. They finally get it up. And look at the checks by Toronto. And and they lose possession on a 10-second violation.
Yeah, they're giving Philly fits right there. Andrew Martin got the pass, blind pass he received. Big hit there by Toronto to turn it over. Ian Grubel with the hit that turns it over, gives Toronto the offensive possession.
Elliott with yet another save as we're down to about a minute and a half in this first half of play. Look at the checks up front again by Manning. Delayed call. Philadelphia will get a possession. Let's see what's against. Hold.
Manning's going to get called from a wraparound for Tom Slade. Tom Slade, great athlete, takes possession of the ball and pushes it up the floor. Manning tried the one-handed over-the-head check, and he got called for the hold and is headed to the bench.
So he'll be in for 2 minutes, and there's only a minute and a half left in this first half, so they will have an excellent opportunity to tie this baby up before they go to that intermission.
One of the things to point out, your fans at home, this is a repeat of last night's game. Toronto was up 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Philly is staying in this. They're playing their game right now, and this is a moral victory to keep the offense of Toronto, with a 1-goal lead.
So Finneran takes a quick shot. Maybe not. I got to think about it here. He takes a quick shot. They've got a minute left in this first half, so they'll get the ball back and have another chance, but the power play really hasn't set up. He let that one go. Veltman. That's a good play right there by Philadelphia to get Veltman caught in his own end of the field.
10 seconds. That is so uncharacteristic of Jim Veltman. I'm not sure he knew where he was on the field, but he got called for 10 seconds. And now Philadelphia gets possession of the ball in a power play opportunity. Shoot the ball when the clock's in single digits, not when you're up in the 20s, as Finneran did last time. That's what gives coaches fits. Find the open man, get the defense rotating, and then get the high percentage shot.
There's a great shot from up top, and there's a rocket for you. Tremendous shot by Keith Cromwell. He gets his second goal of the day, and the young kid is stepping up to be maybe a big hero in this game.
Yeah, well, that's how it's done, and Keith Cromwell steps up to make it happen for Philadelphia. Ball movement created that goal for Keith Cromwell. Move the ball around. Everybody touches it. Here's Ratcliffe. Gets it around to Marichuk. Keith Cromwell comes up, steps around the defender, takes a big left-handed shot, and gets it. Here's another look at it. Lets it go. Hits some rope in the back. Wow, nice goal by Keith Cromwell. We're tied at 6, Leaf.
Cromwell's second goal of the game and his second power play goal. So here's a young kid who's really stepped up into the power play and been effective.
He's got 2 goals here, and that's his 8th and 9th goal for the season. This guy, he's got a big smile on his face. He's got to be happy. It's a must-win for Philadelphia, and to get 2 goals out of a rookie like Cromwell is a big boost for the Wings, and got to be pretty exciting for him.
Well, what Cromwell showed at the top of that set was velocity. I tell you what, he really has some velocity on that shot. We've got a moment here to let you know about another great sponsor of the National Lacrosse League, Elcom. Visit them on the web. Take advantage of everything they offer. Elcom, one of the great supporters and unique sponsors of the National Lacrosse League. Elcom.com. You can get to them right now. You folks that are busy watching this game, spending time on the internet as well.
One of the things to watch right now as Toronto huddles around their bench is that they've got to play getting drawn up right here. And these guys can execute plays after a timeout. Last night they scored with 3 seconds left on the clock to go into halftime. Toronto can do it. Look for Toronto to set something up and probably get a high percentage shot. They have their goalie pulled, 6 Toronto Rock players against 5 Philadelphia Wings. Look for a big shot here for Toronto.
Well, the clock going down. They pulled the goalie. Nobody in the net to the right. That gives them a 5-on-5 game. Don't forget, they're really killing a penalty here, but Les Bartley is going to take it down to where Philadelphia has no chance to score. And here they go. Doyle just wide and shoots it over.
Big motion there for Toronto, though, to get a high percentage shot. Great save for Dallas Elliott.
And that's the way the quarter will end. The first half over, and these teams are tied at 6. Keith Cromwell with that power play goal to end this half, about 39 seconds from the end of the second quarter. Dallas Elliott getting congratulations from his team. What a gutsy performance for Dallas Elliott. Tommy Ryan, the dreadlocks, the trademark look.
Well, I think the story is Dallas Elliott. It's got to be, it's a motivator for Philadelphia to have him in the pipes. And so far, comes back to answer it on a power play goal. Big left-handed shot that tweaked right through Cosmo for the goal.
And then it was 2-1 after Blaine Manning gets the breakaway. Watch him come right down the middle. That made it 2-1.
Uncontested right down and then right back. Ratcliffe, this is a no goal right here in the crease. And then Cromwell to Marichek for a huge goal right there. And the excitement. Then the highlight again by Tom Marichek with back-to-back goals for Philadelphia, followed by a second effort by Mike Murray for the Toronto Rock. And then for the tying goal at 6-6, Keith Cromwell with a big blast from outside on the power play.
We'll be back with the second half of this must-win game from Philadelphia in just a moment.
It's an action-packed doubleheader as the NBA takes center stage on Big Ticket Tuesday. First up, Dirk Nowitzki, Michael Finley, and the Powerhouse Mavs saddle up and head north to lock horns with the big dog in the Bucks. Then Elton Brand and the Clippers need to make up ground in the West, but Chris Webber and the Kings rule home court. Mavericks Bucks followed by Clippers Kings. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern Tuesday night on TBS Superstation.
On the WB Wednesday, Felicity's countdown to goodbye continues. She's loved him for what seems like forever.
You look great.
Don't think I wore this for you.
Now Felicity and Ben face their biggest obstacle of all.
Ben got Lauren pregnant.
Oh my God. I'm not ready for this. I want to be a doctor.
And as old friends return, frustrations rise.
What's gonna happen after graduation?
I said I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Felicity, countdown to goodbye on the WB Wednesday night.
Tuesday on FX, The Shield, an all-new episode.
Just arrested Derek Tripp on weapons charges. He's playing against the Lakers tonight.
Damn, I gotta call my bookie.
Critics call it a muzzle-velocity police drama that will redefine the genre.
Put some clothes on, man.
Bolt cutters! You want to bet on how many heads he's got icing down in there?
The Shield, an all-new episode. Tuesday at 10, only on FX.
Tell me you have this. You're my last hope.
Sure thing, Chief. I'll check in the back.
The Golf Warehouse at TGW.com always has the latest and greatest of golf's top brands. And we can ship most anything, even hard-to-find items, the same day you order them.
I can have it here for you tomorrow.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Shop where everyone shops. The Golf Warehouse at TGW.com.
Classic movies.
We're back at the First Union Center. Lee Veltmo, Scott Gabrielson. You got a lot of Philadelphia Flyer and Philadelphia's 76ers championship and division winning banners hanging here. But right now we're talking about the Philadelphia Wings. They've got to win tonight. Here are the halftime stats. Scott, what do you see?
Well, a few things jump at me right away. The shots on goal. Look at Toronto. They've just been lighting up Dallas Elliott with the shots, but he's making the saves. Look at that. 24 saves to 13 for Toronto, for Cosmo on the other side. Ground balls, Philadelphia, 38 to 27 for
Hard to
Toronto.
believe, really.
Yeah, out hustling Toronto at what they really do best, is picking up ground balls.
I watched the first half like you did, and I don't believe it because Toronto always was getting second, third shots, and it didn't seem like Philadelphia was, so that is a very odd number because I think that's where Toronto really made hay. They got second, third, fourth shots, which means they get ground balls, and they turned them into goals.
It's just ground balls win ball games is an old cliche that we like to use. It's the hustle, it's the little things that make the difference, but you got to have the ball to get it in the offensive end.
And it really, it's a little thing in a sense, but it's a big thing in the sense it gives you another possession. Marichek gets another possession with that 30-second shot clock reset on that shot.
Big push there. Ian Rubel pushes Finneran for a nice shot. Philadelphia gets a new 32nd and new offensive run at it.
Finneran over to Tommy Marichek. Tried to get it to Ratcliffe, but it was defensed beautifully by the Toronto Rock. They can't get it to the defense. Tommy Ryan waiting up top. He's got it now. Ryan just swings it over to the left-hand side. Finneran looking for a pick-and-roll partner. Can't get one. Using his offhand, and there's that signature shot. And Ratcliffe, hanging around the crease, gives the Wings only their second lead of the game.
Well, Philadelphia's giving giving it right back to them on that second chance goal. Nice shot by Finneran. Here's from outside. Here's the second chance effort. Big shot from outside. Ratcliffe, where he loves to be, right on the crease, toeing the line, jams it over the shoulder of Cosmo. Here's another look at it. Finneran goes left, comes back, goes right, spins back left. Ratcliffe's there to pick it up, even with Ladouceur on his back, jams it in the goal. Great goal by Jeff Ratcliffe to lift the Wings to a 7-6 advantage as we take on this third period.
First goal of the game for Ratcliffe. Remember in our highlights, we showed you the one that was taken out of the goal. He had one called back. But that was huge. And a must-win game. That one went through, trying to find Ratcliffe again, and it almost found the net. Tremendous pressure as Philadelphia gets second and third shots on great hustles. Man, big-time pressure by Tony Henderson.
Big Tony Henderson, a new addition to this team. We've said all year as we watch this Philadelphia Wings offense, they've had their big five: Berge, Marichek, Millen, Finner, and Ratcliffe. Look at the guys on the floor right now. You got only Ratcliffe on the floor. Ryan Trainer, Tony Henderson, Tom Ryan. I mean, Philly's trying to do whatever they can to get some offensive firepower and put some points on the board.
Clark brings the ball up. Cosmo made the nice save. Here goes Toronto in their first offensive set of the second half.
On the edge!
Big push, wide open in the middle. Oh, great save by Elliott. Spano overplayed the defensive end. He did a nice job initially, but then Toronto was wide open in front of Elliott. He had to make a point-blank save.
Great strong move by Blaine Manning, but Dallas Elliott coming up big again with a save. Manning had two opportunities at that. Went right by Jeff Spano. Almost cashed in.
Ratcliffe pulled the string on that one a little bit wide left. Well, he was wide open in the middle. I say wide open, but he had a shot dead center, which gives him a lot of target to shoot at.
Ratcliffe was a relatively unknown player last year when he came in and helped the Wings win the championship. This year, everybody knows about him, and certainly Dan Ladouceur knows about him. He's in his face. He will be for the rest of this game.
Big defense by Toronto as they tried to give a little pick-and-roll move into Squire, I believe. It was Millen actually going in, but it didn't work. Good defense by Philadelphia as Elliott picked it up, gets it right back down to their offensive set.
On the yards, ready.
Philadelphia's been clearing the ball very well against the forecheck of Toronto. They're clearing it away from the bench, which is the way you clear the ball against the pressure like that. Cromwell
feeling really empowered by his two goals, both on a power play, but he's looking to get one in the 5-on-5 set. A young player for Philadelphia, number 21, against the boards there.
You got all kinds of stuff falling apart here, Leaf. The boards are falling apart. We got some serious action going down here.
Toronto's sitting up again with Millen working that one side. Now this is Squire, I believe. And Elliott again makes the big save. The follow-up shot and the ball trickles in. Elliott got a piece of it, but it goes between the legs. The game now tied at 7.
Hold on. That looks like Dan Stroop again. The ball was loose. It's another second chance opportunity that Toronto cashes in on. Here's a big move by Squire. Ball pops out. Dan Stroop, number 8, picks it up, flips it in backhand for the goal. We're tied at 7 again.
Well, Dan Stroop gets his second goal, answering in about 3 minutes the goal scored by Ratcliffe.
Stroop's having a career season for Toronto. It's his 58th point right there. Really been a strong offensive supporter for Toronto. And right there gives him a big goal.
Peter Jacobs goes to the face-off circle. He does a great job getting possessions. Jakes, number 24.
One of the stats we didn't point out, at least make mention of on the air, was the faceoff. Peter Jacobs been 12-2 in faceoffs and keeps adding to that prowess right there.
Domination, but really hasn't turned it into goals too much. They've got to get some multiple possessions because he is really doing his job so well. Finneran loses possession, picked up beautifully. Shot clock winding down. The rocket. Cromwell's got great velocity. That one was high. Oh, this kid can really put some mustard on it. He was right in the middle where he wants to be, and he's got tremendous velocity, just a little high on that shot.
Well, when you're hot and you got 2 goals, why not let it go? Let the laser fly from outside. He was a little wide to the left-hand side, but hey, he's got his confidence. Keep shooting. That's what Philadelphia, that's what their offense needs.
Colin Doyle looking for a pick-and-roll help. Gets it there by Veltman. Gives it back to Veltman, but that one doesn't stick. Here come the Philadelphia Wings.
Great play by Brecci, clearing away from the bench. He was going towards it where he was about to get laid out. Turns it around, finds Tom Slate, clears up the far side.
We'll take a break right now. 9:40 left in this third period. Game tied at 7. That's the 7th tie in this game, folks. This is a dogfight to the end.
The new Mohegan Sun. Come play.
For the courageous New England Patriots, the forecast turned out super.
30, 25, 50.
Share the thrills with Sports Illustrated and the great new NFL Films video, The New England Patriots Super Bowl 36 Champions, on your choice of either VHS or DVD. Plus, this hardbound Sports Illustrated commemorative. This individually numbered classic captures the Patriots in championship style. Both are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Call now for an inside look at the miraculous season of the New England Patriots, free with your paid order of 55 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.59 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. This Super Bowl football, designed exclusively for Sports Illustrated, is also free when you use your credit card. It's a super collectible you can't get anywhere else. Call now and get all 3 free with your choice of either VHS or DVD. This is where the action is. Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
CNN Sunday. Get the inside story on Vice President Cheney's meetings with Middle East leaders. He'll take you behind the headlines when he joins Walt Blitzer on CNN's late edition, 12 noon CNN Sunday. Sponsored in part by Merrill Lynch Wealth Management.
Entertainment's biggest night. The movies, the stars, the glamour. Join Darren Kagan and Leon Harris live from Oscar's red carpet for Hollywood's Gold Rush, 7 Eastern, CNN Sunday.
Welcome back to the First Union Center. We're down on the Toronto bench. We're tied up at 7. It's our 7th tie. If you're looking for a couple of keys, I think, down the stretch, one would be rebound goals. The last 2 goals scored by Philadelphia have been on rebounds. Tommy Ryan's got one, and that last goal by Ratcliffe was also a rebound. Toronto's got 2 rebound goals as well. One key for Philadelphia, though, without Millen on the left-handed side and without Jake Berge on the right-handed side, their pick-and-roll game has been stagnant. Scott, how can they get the offense going in the half-court set?
Well, good point, Q. I mean, one of the things they're trying to do, one of the things by losing Berge is they still have Marichek and Ratcliffe. But on the other side, they needed the other guys to get it done.
Well, while you guys were complaining about the pick and roll, Tommy Marichek just got his hat trick for the night. He's finding ways to do it.
And one of the points, here's Tom Marichek, who was relatively quiet last night in a big loss to Toronto, who only had 1 goal, is coming up big tonight. All by himself. Here he is, running around Ladisor. Big, strong Ladisor. Can't stay with the strong, quick Marichek. All by himself, Tom Marichek. Strong right-handed, taking checks all the way through. As he's falling, jams it in on Cosmo. Big goal by Tom Hollywood Marichek.
Well, the leader's stepping forward. The only multiple goal scorer other than Cromwell, so he's taking it on his shoulders to make this one a win. Finneran trying to bring it back across his body to go to the far pipe.
Quinn makes a big point there, Legion, what you say. Berge had 4 goals and 2 assists last night, and Millen had 3 goals and assists last night also. Both of those guys are not playing tonight in Philadelphia. So you've just got major goals lost, 7 goals lost last night, but it's guys like Keith Cromwell and Ratcliffe that are picking up the slack, and it's a normal performance out of Marichek.
Veltman with possession, push call, going back the other way.
Moving pin gets Toronto Wings possession.
Wings on this possession. Marichek triggering from the top. Big power move by the newly acquired Henderson. Puts some pressure. Ratcliffe again, always on the crease. Just diving in to try to finish the shot.
Ratcliffe got knocked in the crease. There's no call because he was pushed in. It's not a change of possession. It's a new 30 for Philadelphia.
Tommy Ryan. Marichek rubs it behind. The crowd thought he got it, but he just missed it. Unbelievable shooting by the magical stick of Tommy Marichek. Behind the back again. Putting pressure on Cosmo. Race violation. Gives the ball back to the Toronto Rock.
Toronto wasn't even sure what had happened there in regards to Marichek's shot. They thought it was a goal. Looked like everybody had stopped as Ladisor complains about the matchup he's got with Ratcliffe. Toronto's pushing it down to their offensive end.
Manning starts it by getting it to the wing. Philadelphia really clogging up the middle. Nice job defensively, and here they come. Spano looks left, then looks right. Out runs Martin. Pulls to the far side, makes the Toronto defense come to the far side, which really opens up the fresh legs coming in on the bench side. Ratcliffe, one-on-one move, power, inside, pushes off, looks for the finishing shot, can't get possession. Police violation gives it back to the Rock.
Ratcliffe sees a mismatch there. Ladisor is on the bench. He's going right at Candy. Ratcliffe's a big guy at about 220. Getting in his face, he's heading to the box. Get a little break, and he's going to go right back on the offensive end.
Veltman with a big-time shot, and Elliott with a sensational save. Elliott playing on a heavily medicated groin injury.
That's Dallas Elliott for a sensational save, swinging his arm across to rob Veltman of what should have been a goal.
Then Veltman starts the comeback, and he gets another big save out of Elliott. Boy, Veltman really started that one with an outlet from the side of the boards, right back into the face of Elliott.
Philadelphia's playing with the intensity they need. Huge save by Elliott. The ball was in his possession. An offensive player can scoop his stick under a goalie stick and dislodge the ball. But Stilly and Martin were there to lay out the Toronto player into the boards to retain the Philadelphia possession.
Delayed call as they try to put more pressure. Henderson over there. He gets 3 people taking him to the ground. Oh, he was wrestled and just pummeled to the ground by Drew Candy. Candy saying, not me, not me. We got it on tape, buddy. Good power move by Candy. Just takes him out of there.
Henderson's probably the first real goon that Philadelphia's had. And Drew Candy wants a piece of it right there. He basically picked him up and threw him down. Here we're going to the far other end with a big save by Elliott. Here's Elliott coming, staring it right in there. Hits the pipe and then off his shoulder. Gets possession. Here's Manning trying to get under the ball, and they got laid out. But as you see Dallas Elliott going back in between his pipes, he's making some huge saves when they count.
Toronto penalty, number 32, Stephen Veltman. 2 minutes for holding. Time of penalty, 9:09.
Power play for the Philadelphia Wings. They have a 1-goal lead. They have never led by 2 in this game. They can here. Cromwell up top. He's got the velocity. This is a nice move by Philly. I like Cromwell in that position. They've had Marichek up top in the quarterback position, dead center. They've had Finneran. they've had Cromwell now, and I think this is a pretty good spot for him to be. Finneran rolls in front, and again, he doesn't have the velocity from that spot really to put pressure on Cosmo. Cromwell does. Finneran takes a shot, and here's Toronto with possession.
Again, here's Toronto spreading out Philadelphia, getting close to the board, trying to create the one-on-one dodges from the outside.
Crease violation on Doyle. Ace Ventura right there to make the call. This ball starts back in the stick of Dallas Elliott, and here they come again.
Colin Doyle had a big game last night against Philadelphia with 4 goals, 2 of them just absolute spectacular highlight goals. But tonight, he's got every Philadelphia wing. His number has been on there in their playbook.
Maricek. Location not good. He was going for the corner was the open shot, but he put it right in the middle of Cosmo's protection. Toronto again down here to really kill some time. 39 seconds on the penalty. They'll be able to effectively just take this one away with a good possession. Squire. Squire with some good speed, just taking it upon himself for possession. Rocket from the wing. The Rock. It was Sandy Chapman who just let that baby go. A couple fresh faces on this lineup tonight as they rest some of the players that needed to be rested, like Pat Coyle, one of their defensive stars, not here tonight. Trying to get a rest as they start their playoff push in about 2 weeks.
Great intensity by Rich Bresci, but he's going to get called for a push and head to the box for 2 minutes. Good intensity out of youngster up against the boards. Pushed in Veltman almost into the boards in the Philadelphia bench.
Wings still lead by 1, 8-7. We've got 4 minutes left in the 3rd period. It's all on the line for Philadelphia tonight.
Honey, how much money did the contractor say he needed?
$7,500.
What if getting money from your home equity was this painless? Well, thanks to Ditech.com, it may be. Just log on or call 1-800-71-FIXED now. Apply to refinance and get cash out for home improvements or anything else. We'll arrange an appraiser, notary, and even deliver to your door. Ditech.com, your mortgage solution delivered.
Where did they get the game of lacrosse?
Grandson, the game of lacrosse came from the Thunder people.
Put your opponent out of commission with the Mission 2000.
Hugh Hefner, the ultimate ladies' man, living out a lot of men's fantasies.
I literally have 7 girlfriends at the present time.
And challenging America's morality.
Well, I've never thought of Playboy, quite frankly, as a sex magazine.
But there's another side of Hef you rarely see.
He is very much able to live in the moment.
I look at my life very much through the eyes of the boy who dreamed the dreams.
Meet the original Playboy, Hugh Hefner. People in the News, CNN Sunday, 8 Eastern.
We're back in Philadelphia. Tom Maricek, one of the superstars, still left. Berkey's out. Millen's out. Maricek still here working with Radcliffe. Take a look at what he can do with the stick.
Well, he's doing it all by himself with an amazing highlight film goal, wrapping it around his body. Then he's diving in for other goals for a second. And then if it works once, try it again. Wrap it around your body. That's not a goal. But that's showing you some of the highlights that Tom Maricek brings to this game.
Well, 2 things had to happen besides the Wings winning, and this is one of them. Buffalo upsets the divisional winner, Washington Power. Look at that score, 23-22. They had to do that in order to keep Philadelphia alive. It makes this game even bigger. One of the 3 chips has fallen. If Philadelphia wins and Albany beats Montreal, the Wings are going back to defend their title. It is huge.
Well, the Philadelphia Wings have not been in the playoffs since 1991. The only time they've ever not been in the playoffs. And Buffalo, one alone, that score, 23-22, beats Washington. That's huge for Buffalo and a great motivator for Philadelphia.
It sets them up for a dramatic end of the season. Radcliffe, one-on-one, looking for Rowe, and get it. Toronto set up Washington coming here next week for the first week of the playoffs. It would be something.
There's people shaking their heads around the league about Philadelphia and the fact that they can continue to be in the playoffs and have almost miracles done around them. And if they pull this off to make the playoffs, this would be one of them.
Now they got the 17,000 crowd here behind them making it happen. Doyle up top and Elliott really coming into it now. Dallas Elliott can sense that his team might be able to pull off the impossible. Banged up, players out. He is hurt himself. Had to come out of the game yesterday after he warmed up in Toronto. Could not play. Taken out of the game a week ago right here on this floor. But tonight has played every minute in the goal.
A real character builder for Philadelphia. And we keep highlighting Tom Marechek because we should. But he's not used to being in this position. Fighting for his life in the playoffs. Trying to do it on his own and forever to get him into the postseason.
That play by Finneran was sensational as you were talking. Finneran came sliding across the crease and took that shot. You don't see him come inside that often. He went inside. Marechek gave him the shot. Almost very effective. Then, on the Toronto's end, that bounce shot by Kim Squire from way outside. The bounce shot crossed up Dallas Elliott. We're tied at 8. Folks, this game has been tied at every digit 8 times.
Well, here's a look at it. Kim Squire, it's ball moving. Look at that no-look pass. Dallas was trying to get to the near pipe as quickly as he could. Squire puts it past the far pipe as Dallas is trying to cover the near pipe. Kim Squire having a great season for the Toronto Rockets. His 27th goal of the season, 54 points. He's one of the offensive players that's helped Toronto secure a spot in the playoffs.
I'll tell you what, Toronto's not making it easy for Philadelphia to get into the playoffs. The road was almost impossible in these last 2 weeks. But Philadelphia is doing their part. Looks to be in a great position to do the unthinkable. Toronto, with nothing to gain, is making it so hard for the Wings to get back into the playoffs. Again, this is the team that beat them last year up in Toronto. They just assumed Philadelphia end their season right here. Marechek just wide. That one was headed for the corner. Millen pulls the ball down.
Well, we mentioned it last week, too, what we did the Philadelphia-Washington game, but Philadelphia has had these 2 weekends circled. Back-to-back against Washington, back-to-back against Toronto, and almost an impossible task to sweep both of those games. They split with Washington, and if they split with Toronto, they're in the playoffs.
If Montreal loses to Albany, which very easily could happen. Albany will be playing for first place. They want to win, and they're playing in Albany.
Not to take anything away from Albany because they've had a fantastic season, but when we talk about strength of schedule, the Philadelphia Wings, the Toronto Rochester Nighthawks all have had a very strong schedule to an expansion schedule that the Albany Attack have played.
And basically, a lot of factors involved that really don't have anything to do with anything except scheduling dates. They did not have to play Toronto, and that is really what makes their schedule a little bit weaker than everybody else's. When you don't play the Rock up there in front of those 19,000 avid fans, you're getting away with something.
There's no question about that. That's wiping sweat off your brow when you don't have to play Toronto twice. My goodness.
Down to 16 seconds in this third quarter. Game tied at 8, unbelievably. It was tied at 3 at the end of the first quarter. It was tied at 6 at the end of the second quarter. It looks like it might be tied at 8 at the end of the third. Les Bartley trying to get out of this one without any injuries, but to tell you what, he wants to win it now. He is this close to knocking out the defending champions.
He's not happy. I mean, you see the look on his face. His guys are getting banged up. It doesn't mean much for them in this game, but he's a great motivator. He keeps things simple. He's a great lacrosse mind, and his players really play to that. He lets them play. He lets them get it done.
And on the other side, Mueller is there getting his team. He doesn't look different, whether he's up by 6 or down by 6. Take a moment right now to let you know about the greatest lacrosse game, the only lacrosse game, the official lacrosse game on the market. Blast Lacrosse, the official video game of the National Lacrosse League. Acclaim Entertainment presents this fantastic entertainment package. It's called Blast Lacrosse. Ask for it, find it, get it. Your kids will love it. And if they love lacrosse, if they love action, they're going to love spending some time with Blast Lacrosse by Acclaim Entertainment.
It's got all the names of your current players. I mean, it's a great video game for the kids.
They got a Gabrielson in there running around?
I don't think so. It's a little before my time.
So let's see what they drew up. Colin Doyle getting it down low, wheels and fires. Elliott makes the save, falls back into the net. Time goes to 0-0. This quarter is over, folks. They don't get any better than this one. Philadelphia has to win. Toronto wants to knock them out. You've got 15 more minutes to see if the Wings can defend their title in the playoffs.
Spend the weekend with Dr. Phil. He's the red-hot relationship doctor with a common-sense cure for whatever ails you. Tonight, 12 a.m. Eastern on Larry King Weekend. You can depend on CNN.
Closed captioning for selected programs provided by Garlic, cholesterol's natural enemy.
Taking garlic to maintain normal cholesterol? You should know Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. Take 1 tablet per day of Garlic or up to 6 of some other brands. Garlic, cholesterol's natural enemy.
This is Bob. Bob is doing well. Very well indeed. That's because not long ago, Bob realized that he needed something better in his life. And what did he get? Why, a big boost of confidence. A little more self-esteem. And a very happy missus at home. If you're interested in learning more about Enzyte, call for more information at 1-877-4-ENZYTE or visit us online.
This month on DirecTV Customer News, we're unwrapping some great new packages. Special entertainment packages with something for everyone in your family. Plus, we'll give you tips on how to get the most out of your DirecTV system, and we'll take a tour of our great new website. See what channels are included in each package, upgrade, or compare prices on DirecTV.com. Just tune to Channel 201 for DirecTV Customer News. See you there.
TM2.
How would you like to see the storybook play of the Gate Brothers? Or the legendary accuracy of Tom Marichek and John Grant? You can see it all at the Mohegan Sun, the NLL All-Star Game. Check it out.
Well, it's down to 15 minutes. Lee Felsmo, Scott Gabrielson, Quint Kesnick is in the house, as they say. This game's been tied 8 times. It's 8-8 right now. Can't get any closer than this. We've learned that Buffalo has beaten Washington by an unbelievable score of 23-22. 1 chip has fallen. If they win here, all they need is Albany to beat Montreal, and they are in the playoffs.
2.
Les Park.
2.
Looking at his team, and I talked a little bit about how he has been successful on every level here. Different teams. Buffalo is an expansion team. Toronto. Squire comes in. Watch this clobber by Stille. He's got a lot of minutes in the penalty box. He's back in there again.
Rod Squire going for a ball with his head down with a one-handed pickup. Dave Stille coming like a freight train. Big number 77 lays him out. Got him high. Let's see, the head of his stick hit Rod Squire in the face, and he's going to the box for 2, which puts the Toronto Rock on the power play.
Philadelphia just going all out with the contact. Toronto moving the ball beautifully in close, and Elliott makes a great save. They got the ball to Colin Doyle off about 5 passes. Philly was going for the contact. Toronto moving the ball quickly to take advantage of that aggressive nature. Doyle got the shot he wanted. Elliott makes the save.
Just great stick work and movement by Toronto. It's methodical the way they set up the defense for a high percentage shot. But Dallas Elliott was there to make a great save.
Didn't really recognize the fact that Philly was coming out hard. Henderson, he's got rope.
Welcome to Philadelphia, Tony Henderson. This guy is a big, huge body that really is the new enforcer of the Philadelphia Wings. But he brings the fans to their feet, and his first goal is a Philadelphia Wing. This guy's 6'5", he's 220, probably 230. He's got speed. He's known as a scorer. He's not just an enforcer. Coming right down the pipe, buries it home. Here's another look at it. Toronto can't believe he's going to the hoop, but he does, jams it home. Philadelphia goes up by 1, 9-8 on a Tony Henderson goal.
The Wings have not been behind in the second half, but they haven't had much breathing room either. They went ahead, they tied the half 6-6. They went ahead 7-6, and it was tied by Toronto. Then they went ahead 8-7, tied again. Now they go ahead 9-8, and here come the Rock.
Watch how it sets up here. Watch the precision passing for Toronto as they get the ball around and get a high percentage shot.
What makes that Henderson goal even more impressive that it was a shorthanded goal.
You know,
unbelievable.
Toronto goes right to the hoop when they get the opportunity when they're shorthanded. Philadelphia, they're not going to let up either. Tony Henderson with a shorthanded goal to put him up by 1. Wow.
Trying to find Henderson again. Behind the back! Unbelievable by Maricek from about 15 yards. Are you kidding me? The focus was on Henderson right in front of Cosmo. They were watching Henderson and thinking that Maricek was going to feed Henderson. And how does Maricek find a seam? He loves the behind the back.
Wow, he's deadly from anywhere. They're looking for Henderson posting up. Maricek has the ball on the outside from way outside. Big shot. Dink, dink, dink. In the goal. Beats Cosmo. Philadelphia takes a 2-goal lead for the biggest lead of the night.
4 goals for Tommy Maricek, and you saw what happened. He tried to throw it to Henderson. It bounced off the defense of Ladasseur, came right back into his stick. He just immediately wrapped it around, so Cosmo really wasn't focused on where the ball was. Very heady play by veteran Tom Maricek. We'll lead the first of the game.
And I think there's our story right there. Dallas playing injured, but making the big saves as usual for Philadelphia. Philadelphia at home with a 2-goal lead against Toronto, the Toronto Rock, in a must-win. This doesn't set up any better.
Might be back here next week. Good chance. Out top, Cromwell. Oh, he reaches over the top of his shoulders. Cosmo pulled that one off the top of his shoulder. Cromwell really perched in front. Almost gets goal 11. Rock not done yet. Blaine Manning.
Moving pick by Colin Doyle right there to create a turnover. Doyle trying to get that little push that is often so much the case.
Ryan almost gets one home. They get a fresh 30 seconds and see if they use it. They don't want it. Take time off the clock now. They want more goals. Maricek using all behind-the-back moves at this point. Henderson in front. Oh, he goes far side and just goes wide. Follow-up. In the goal, in the crease, but no, the goal counts. Do you believe it? A 3-goal lead.
Wow. Some of the frustration starting to be shown by Cosmo right there. Jeff Ratcliffe loves to score his goals in front of the net, basically with his toes on the crease. And right then, he did just that. Cosmo's had enough of it. Talk about tempers flaring. Cosmo's had enough. Tony Cosmo, stay out of my crease, Ratcliffe. Giving him some of the business in the back of the head.
Second goal of the night for Ratcliffe. If he survives this, he'll take a 3-goal lead in the last moments. All the goalies. Look at here's Ratcliffe. He'll take the pummel anytime in exchange for that goal.
Wow.
What a great moment.
Great moment. Look at it. This is the turning point for Philadelphia right now. Let's take another look at it. Tony Henderson, big one-on-one move. Ball's in the air. Jeff Ratcliffe gets it, goes through everybody on the defense of Toronto, and jams it in the back of the net. Great individual effort by Ratcliffe. And look at Cosmo, giving him some of the business. Stay out of here. Another look at it. Henderson. Oh, should have had a goal right there. And then Ratcliffe inside, backhand catch, sets up Cosmo, jams it home. for a
Okay, come on up here.
3-goal lead for Philadelphia.
Got blocked out on that.
Great move. It really was a good goal. He did not land until the ball was in the net.
He made contact with the goalie, okay? Ratcliffe. What number's Ratcliffe? Okay,
I think
he's coming in the box.
Let's listen to the refs here. I think Ratcliffe's going to be...
guys. My partner got blocked out. He got a stick in the face, okay? Mike Ventura got a stick in the face, okay? I want Ratcliffe in the box. Interference in the crease.
They're pulling it off. They're not counting the goal. They're disallowing the goal.
Get in the box. Get in the box. Get in the box.
Well, they'll still have a 2-goal lead on the goal by Maricek. Ace Ventura saying I couldn't see it.
Wow.
Good call by Ventura.
Wow.
I guess the contact with the goalie is what took this one away.
Not in the crease. Touches the goalie first, and then scores.
Ace Ventura is to the right. There's no stick in his face. I don't understand what he's talking about. He had about as clean a shot at that as anybody there. There was no interference with Ace Ventura. He was on it. He called it. Looked like he called it right, but somebody else took the goal out.
Wow, it's referees' calls like that that can come back to haunt the team. That could be the difference if the Toronto Rock wins this by 1.
And they just give him back in a crease violation. Colin Doyle scores. They pull that one out of the net. More goals coming out of the net that are going in.
At least they're consistent.
Finneran. Wings hanging on for the final 11 minutes. Lead by 2. Jake Berge, one of the stars of Philadelphia, on the bench the whole time. Thrown out early in this game. Stevie Toll, also for Toronto, thrown out of the game. Also thrown out of the game. He is on the Toronto squad. That shot wide, another one just high, not even a threat to Dallas Elliott. But Toronto just chases that ball down. They'll come at him again. Chapman to Blaney. Combination there.
The pace certainly is picked up here. Dallas Elliott just making spectacular save after spectacular save. Shuts down Manning right now. Philadelphia possession. They're going to settle it down. Tommy Ryan settling it down. Smart veteran move. Settle things down. Get the high percentage shot. Oh, turn it over.
That one hits the referee, gets to Cosmo. Here goes the Rock on the offensive end of the field. Clark brings it up. Fresh legs. This is Dan Stroop. He's had a pretty nice night. 2 goals. And Elliott again looking sharp, playing in extreme pain, heavily medicated. Tommy Ryan. He had Slate to his right. Finneran picked up the loose ball. Getting down to the time where they really want to use some possession time here. Get good shots, keep going. But take a little clock.
Toronto uses the offense-defense group as well. They've got their key defensive personnel. You see Jim Beltman out there. He's a multi-purpose man, offense and defense.
Cromwell puts that one into the stands. Lucky fan gets a souvenir. 9 minutes left. The Wings lead by 2, largely because of this guy, Dallas Elliott. Take a look at his saves as Elliott and company try to stay in the defense of their championship.
Every National Lacrosse Association has become one. To bring you a better game, lacrosse, there's no I in the word team, just us. Call U.S. Lacrosse today at 410-235-6882 or visit our website at www.lacrosse.org to join and get Lacrosse Magazine plus many other member benefits for the player, coach, official, and fan. U.S. Lacrosse. Make the team a winner.
Now is the best time to join America Online.
If I knew it was this easy, I would have started a long time ago.
Call today and new members get our best offer ever and features you'll only find on AOL. No credit card needed to get started.
You've got mail.
Email makes staying in touch effortless.
I instant message everybody. It's the fastest way to communicate.
Parental controls help keep kids safe.
Call 1-877-265-0200 now. And new members get 1,000 hours free for 45 days. America Online, so easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
As CNN covers the Oscar race, log on to CNN.com to guess the names inside the envelope. Pick the winners and you could win a home theater system. Play now at CNN.com.
Wednesday night, the NBA is on TNT. Allen Iverson and the Sixers aim to knock off Kenyon Martin and the Nets. Then Duncan and the Spurs hope to stop the red-hot Blazers. Nets, Sixers at 8, Spurs, Blazers at 10:30. The drama of the NBA is on TNT.
Back in Philadelphia, you see Cosmo coming out, delayed. What do we got here? We've got a goalie pulled out. Now he's back in as Toronto goes on the offensive end. They're down by 2. Philadelphia fighting for their life. Just joined us. It's real simple. Philadelphia the Gray has to win to be eligible for the playoffs and get some help. They'll move into the playoffs next week if they can pull off the win. They lead by 2 right now. Philadelphia trailing player Slate. He can't get it past Cosmo. Whoa, what a great save. That was a textbook fast break. Slate far side and got the ball back. Other end, Veltman puts it right into the face. The follow-up shot into the net. Colin Doyle off the rebound from Veltman. And how about that? One end of the field, a fast break stoned by Cosmo. And then a great follow-up on the other end. Doyle brings them back to within 1.
Well, let's take a look at it from the start here. Great outlet by Cosmo. Gets it to Jim Veltman. Of course, he starts it. Don't leave Veltman alone. What can you do, Tom Ryan? He's got a tough decision to make. He takes Veltman. Dallas with the big save, but Doyle with the second chance effort to put it behind Elliott.
Well, I tell you, there are a lot of what-ifs that'll drive the crowd nuts if they don't win this game. Remember, Radcliffe had a goal. They took it out about 3 minutes after he scored. Let's see if they can get one to pad the lead back to 2. They lead by 1, now 10-9. And after the Radcliffe goal was pulled out, here's Colin Doyle scoring to make it a 10-9 game.
Philadelphia is getting some good chances here, too. They're just shooting them wide. Again, it's a new-look offense with a 2-man game of Finner and Ryan.
Finneran! With the backdoor cut, Finneran did it earlier with Marichek. This time, Tommy Ryan. He works a pick and roll up top, backdoor cut, gets the ball back, and Finneran buries it. The biggest goal of the year for him.
Fittingly that we highlighted Kevin Finneran because he's a veteran, big player scoring big games. No bigger than Kevin Finneran right here. Tom Ryan, pick and roll, hits Finneran. Finneran doesn't fake, sees the net, jams it home, upper left-hand corner. Huge goal for Kevin Finneran, the 12-year veteran, the Iron Man of this league, to put Philadelphia up 12-9 on his second of the night.
Finneran's past his 35th birthday, but he's never been in better shape. Great condition, ready to play, and really making a big dent in the scoring in this game. Blaine Manning coming down, nobody in front, a decision to be made by Billy Manning. Backdoor, Doyle puts another one in. That was another fast break, and twice in the last 2 minutes, this team has scored on the fast break. And both scored by Colin Doyle.
Colin Doyle, so deadly. Toronto is so deadly. Their stick work is so good. Here it is. Who starts it? Who do you think? Jim Veltman starts it. Number 32 picks it up. 2-on-1. What do? You got to split the man, try to stop the ball. When you stop the ball, you leave Colin Doyle wide open for a little fake, far near, jams it home. Colin Doyle, big goal, his 4th of the night. Not a surprise for the leading scorer for the Toronto Rock. That's his 47th of the year. Close to 50 goals on the season for the offensive weapon for Toronto.
They look for MVPs. Wings have a lot of them. And Peter Jacobs is one. Jacobs has done such a great job with possessions on the faceoff. Unfortunately, the offense hasn't turned too many of those into goals. Chapman Waits for Urban to come back. Door again. Alan Doyle just coming off, and unluckily for the Wings, they're in a perfect position for the lefty Doyle to come off the bench and put pressure on Elliott. Another save by Dallas. Peter Jacobs.
Huge ground ball by Jacobs. Great defensive stand. At the 6.5-minute mark, it all comes down to possessions right now. Who can control the ball when it counts and take advantage of when they have it?
Hey! Both of ya! Through!
Tommy Ryan looking for the pick and roll that we saw work so well with Finneran. But they're grabbing Finneran now. He won't get open as Ryan puts one on target, knowing the shot clock was winding down. But Finneran has done too much damage, not getting much room anymore, Kevin Finneran.
Late switch of personnel by both Philadelphia and Toronto. They got caught up in front of the net. Everybody's got to match up.
And Stroop comes in and sizzles that one against a tired Kevin Finneran. Finneran was doing a lot of great running. He's played sensationally tonight. Very effective, but got caught on the floor. A little bit tired there. Had a tremendous run, and Stroop takes advantage of it.
Well, look how it sets up. Toronto leaves them all alone. Let Dan Stroop beat you one-on-one. Perfect lane, perfect angle. Actually, Elliott had the screen by Finneran. Finneran, nice defense, taking away the right shot. When you play defense on a righty, you try to take it away, but it often leads to a screen shot. And Dalselic was screened. The ball went in. We got a tie ball game, 11-11.
3 of the last 4 goals scored by Toronto after that 2-goal lead of 10-8. It's been Doyle, and Stroop, with a Kevin Finneran goal in the middle.
And now a mental error right there. Philadelphia didn't clear the ball within the 10-second allotment, and they turn it over, and it goes right back to Toronto.
I'll tell you what, folks, National Lacrosse League Game of the Week. The league's looking for expansion, and every year it gets better and more competitive. This is the last competitive weekend, and we still don't know where the heck the teams are going to play next week. Alan Doyle has just dissected the defense with his fast breaks in the last 4 minutes.
It's games like this that are emerging the National Lacrosse League into the next major legitimate sport. The excitement here is tremendous. It doesn't get any better than this as we go into the playoffs. Indoor lacrosse, there's nothing like it. To watch it in person, to watch it on TV. CNNSI is doing it for us this year. HDNet, all around the country. Canada, North America covered all the way around. What a great, great sport.
Tommy Ryan moving in against the defense. He's got some room and goes wide to the right. Boy, he went right through the pressure holds of the defense of the Rock. Tommy Marichek just forechecking to keep the ball down here. We've got 10 seconds to get it out. It looks like Henderson just tackles the player. That would be a shot clock violation. No, tall, look like a timeout possibly. Timeout on the floor as a player is down. 4:15 left. It's tied at 11, folks. Philadelphia has to win in order to be eligible for the...
From coast to coast, there's a new way to keep up with breaking news. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. CNN Headline News on XM Satellite Radio. With CNN Headline News plus 99 other channels of news, sports, and music, your commute will never sound the same again. Beyond AM, beyond FM, XM Satellite Radio, starting as low as $300 at an electronics store near you.
For the courageous New England Patriots, the forecast turned out super.
30, 25, 50.
Share the thrills with Sports Illustrated and the great new NFL Films video, The New England Patriots Super Bowl 36 Champions, on your choice of either VHS or DVD. Plus, this hardbound Sports Illustrated commemorative. This individually numbered classic captures the Patriots in championship style. Both are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Call now for an inside look at the miraculous season of the New England Patriots, free with your paid order of 55 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.59 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. This Super Bowl football, designed exclusively for Sports Illustrated, is also free when you use your credit card. It's a super collectible you can't get anywhere else. Call now and get all 3 free with your choice of either VHS or DVD. This is where the action is. Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Welcome back to the First Union Center. We're tied up at 11. This is our 9th tie of the evening. Earlier in the show, we featured some of the primetime players, but what has emerged is Colin Doyle's dominance for Toronto. 4 goals, 3 assists, and Tommy Maricek, the wizard, the Hollywood, has absolutely been amazing. 4 goals, a couple behind-the-back shots. This game from here, though, I believe, will come down to heart. Right now, Philadelphia has an awful lot to play for, and that should be the edge that they'll need down the stretch.
All right, Q, 4 minutes to go in this one.
You ain't kidding, Quint. All the way around. It's heart all the way as we come into the waning minutes of this game. Who wants it more?
Maricek with his nifty fakes couldn't get it by Cosmo, who's played a pretty strong game. Don't forget, Cosmo is not their starting goalie. He's got about a 10.4 goals against average, but Watson is the starting goalie. Cosmo giving it a good effort tonight as they save Watson for the playoffs in 2 weeks. Not saving Jimmy Veltman. Here he comes in with a give and go. The rangy ground ball vacuum cleaner. Doyle getting locked up by Tommy Slate. Doyle turns, fires, big save. Elliott keeps it out of the net. But Drew picks it up. We've seen him get second shots all night long. Here's Toronto again with another set.
Yep, new 30 for Toronto. They're going right at it.
Stelle pushes them into the crease. Fresh 30. And the ball checked, they've been loose. Watch out, here comes Veltman. Single-handedly, Veltman got the ball back. This is their 3rd set in a row. It's the 2nd shot, the 3rd possession that's killing the defense of Philly.
Tough situation. The defense of Philadelphia has been on the floor for a long time. This is when ground balls are critical, but this is when it's so hard to get them, when you're gassed.
Slate gets hit from behind by Doyle. He comes out. Great job by Tommy Slate. Came out of a pack of 2 or 3 players and just maintained possession.
There's some heart for you, Q. Tom Slate giving it to you, number 3, picking up a ground ball when it matters. We're getting down in the 2-minute range here. Philadelphia needs to get a point on the board to take a lead, to get some confidence if they want to stay alive in the playoffs.
Finneran, locking, loading, shooting. Cosmo can't find it. It's inside his pads.
Big save by Anthony Cosmo right there. Staring Kevin Finneran in the face as he came down the lane. Huge save in the waning minutes.
Spano takes down. Hold call. And they're going to put the Wings into the penalty
Hold on, guys.
box.
Hold on.
Hold up. Hold on.
Man, tough call to make. Season on the line, 154, and they put a wing in the box. I mean, I don't know how you can blow the whistle right there.
I don't know how you do either, Leaf. I don't support that at all. 154 to left to go in this game. Let's take a look at it in the replay. Here's Spano matching up with Livingstone. Good defense. Wraps him up a little bit, pulls him down. Oh,
well, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
You can't doubt that. It's just tough to call at this time in the game. It may seal the fate of Philadelphia.
You got to let it go. Jeff Spano, a rookie, trying to do everything he can. You got to call that. He wrapped him down. He pulled him. He's in the box for 2 minutes and a Toronto power play.
Veltman up top. Big fake. Manning down low. Stroop tries to get in the middle. Can't get clean. Back to Dallas. Elliott.
Big defensive stop for Philadelphia right there to shut down the power play of Toronto. Let's see how they're going to attack it with a man down.
Kevin Finneran locks on the near side. They're penalty killing, don't forget, but they want a goal. They need a goal. Finneran in close, a bounce shot goes wide. Look at a fresh 30. There's a minute left. Push call on Veltman.
Great hustle by Tom Ryan to keep it alive. The ball was bouncing. He batted it in the air. Went for the grab ball, beat Jim Veltman. Veltman pushed him to the boards, and it's a turnover. Tom Ryan gets position. Veltman gives him the shoulder, shoves him into the boards. It's going back to Philadelphia.
And Tom Maricek takes possession of the ball. He gets the attention of the whole defense. He's got so many different moves. You don't know where the ball's going to go. He's got great velocity from there, too. Locks, loads, tries to go far corner. Can't get it. Cromwell chases it, but it's in the crowd. Here come the Rock. 35 on the game clock. They can absolutely shatter the Philadelphia Wings season with this penalty called late in the game. They have another chance right here. It'll be one more penalty killing challenge for the Wings. One more chance for the Rock to send Philadelphia home for the season. Manning up top to Colin Doyle, their best shooter. Far side, can't get it. Good block by Martin. Down to 9. In the middle, Stroop. And Elliott makes the unbelievable save. The time winding down. And the man of the hour is the greatest goalie to play in indoor lacrosse, Dallas Elliott.
Wow.
That's going to send it to overtime. Toronto got the shot they wanted. Stroop in the face of Dallas Elliott.
Not 5 seconds, it's 3 seconds. Perfect.
You get lost, dude. There was 3 guys.
Elliott smiling a little bit as they reset 3 seconds on the clock. It doesn't matter. He made the save that's going to send the game into OT.
That's the same protection on both ends. So. And then come back down here, the guy was in the crease on your end.
There should be a smile on Dallas Elliott's face to make that incredible save right there. Let's take a look at it. Great camera angle. Colin Doyle right on top of him. Huge save, almost bounces in. Dallas lunging to get possession of the ball to let the clock expire.
I'll tell you what, that was textbook Dallas Elliott. Now, he has gone to the bench, folks. They've got just seconds left, and I'd be dangerously afraid of this one. Toronto's there to do a little forechecking. And they put 3/10, not 3 seconds on. I don't know if that's what they really wanted.
I'd be more scared that Toronto's going to knock down the pass.
You saw Adam Mueller say, hold it. He doesn't even want to risk it. He says, hold it. If it's 3 seconds or 3/10, I'd say throw it up in the air. Just get it out of there.
Pretty sure it's 3, Jimmy.
Les Bartley's got Jim Veltman, the Hoover, on Keith Cromwell down low. Don't even get near him. Veltman has done more incredible things in his day. I could see him knocking down the pass and throwing it in the open net. And actually, it's 3.3 seconds now on the clock, Leaf. So there is plenty of time here to get in trouble.
Cromwell, the young kid, just throws the ball down. That'll send it in overtime. What a finish, folks, in our last regular season National Lacrosse League game of the week on CNN Sports Illustrated and on HDNet. Lee Felsmo, Scott Gabrielson, Quint Kesnick with us as we go into overtime. Buffalo has beaten Washington, and Philadelphia has to win to get a chance to defend their title. OT coming up.
From coast to coast, there's a new way to keep up with breaking news. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. CNN Headline News on XM Satellite Radio. With CNN Headline News plus 99 other channels of news, sports, and music, your commute will never sound the same again. Beyond AM, beyond FM, XM Satellite Radio. Starting as low as $300 at an electronics store near you.
For the courageous New England Patriots, the forecast turned out super.
30, 25, 50.
Share the thrills with Sports Illustrated and the great new NFL Films video, The New England Patriots Super Bowl 36 Champions, on your choice of either VHS or DVD. Plus, this hardbound Sports Illustrated commemorative. This individually numbered classic captures the Patriots in championship style. Both are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Call now for an inside look at the miraculous season of the New England Patriots, free with your paid order of 55 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.59 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. This Super Bowl football, designed exclusively for Sports Illustrated, is also free when you use your credit card. It's a super collectible you can't get anywhere else. Call now and get all 3 free with your choice of either VHS or DVD. This is where the action is. Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Les Bartley getting his team pumped up for overtime, talking to the referees, actually, as we get set for our National Lacrosse League game of the week. finish of our regular season. Lee fouls most, Scott Gabrielson, Quentin custody. Philadelphia had a 10-8 lead, gobbled up by Toronto. 2 goals by Doyle, 1 by Stroop, 11-11 with 5:40 left in the regulation. Before we went scoreless that last 5 minutes, you saw Adam Mueller there. You want to see the rules? Scott, tell us what happens in the overtime.
Hey, we go into overtime right now. It's simple. There's the rule, but first goal wins, period. This is what it's all about. The intensity is heightened to no other level right now. You got Welcome to the Jungle cranking here, which is a motivating song for the Wings. The crowd is such a factor for Philadelphia. If they win this, they're not guaranteed, but this is, as you said, a piece of the puzzle to get them to the postseason. As you see, not one person sitting in their seats. Fans are on their feet, rooting on the home Philadelphia Wings in a must-win situation as this goes into OT.
And welcome to the jungle, folks. I tell you what, Toronto has their own jungle. They got an amazing fan base up there at the Toronto Rock has behind them. And I think they're measuring a stick. Looks like there could be an illegal stick. And they're checking these sticks out. They're measuring them. We could have an illegal stick. No, we're okay there. They took one from each team. I don't know why it took them, they waited the full 2 minutes and then started measuring the sticks. They have their minds. Let's go, guys. These fans want action.
Well, they go right to the top dogs of each team. They go to Tom Marechek and they go to Colin Doyle to make sure that they're playing with legal sticks. So each one of those guys, which just adds to a little bit of their incredible ability, is that they're going all by the rules as we step into OT. Colin Doyle and Tom Marechek look for either one of them to put their team in the victory column.
Spano still in the box from that penalty, so there are still seconds on his penalty. It's 5-on-4. You see 3 guys lined up in the defensive end of the field to our right. That is where Toronto will start, going from left to right. You see all the gray jerseyed Wings to our right playing defense, as it's a 5-on-4 advantage to start the overtime period. Man, what a hill to climb for the Philadelphia Wings.
No bigger face-off than this one right here. Jacobs has been consistent in winning all day. Can he still do it? He wins.
And they just took him down. Great call. Great call by the refs. Millen, he didn't try to face off. He just tackled Peter Jacobs because he's been getting eaten alive all night long. He couldn't beat him on the field, so he just took him down. It didn't work. The referees got him, and here come the Wings. Back to even strength. Spano out of the box. Marechek starts the offensive set. Can he get the winner? It would be his 5th goal. Marechek, he gets one! Marechek wins the game! The Wings in overtime! They've got a chance to defend their title on the backs of Elliott and Tom Marechek.
Tom Marechek does the impossible for the Philadelphia Wings in regards to the goal that he scores right there, Lee. Unbelievable. It's a storybook season for Philadelphia. Listen to this crowd. Wow is right. Wow. The Wings pull it off in overtime. 12-11 over the Toronto Rock. That man, Tom Marechek, pulls it off. His 5th of the night to keep Philadelphia alive in the playoffs.
Our Mohegan Sun player of the game. Mohegan Sun, the site of the All-Star game. You'll see these great players. April 21st at the Mohegan Sun. Get your tickets, but right now, the Mohegan Sun player of the game is Tommy Marechek, 5 goals.